CEO Canary, Dan Eberhart, with me from the Oil Services Drilling and Production Company. Dan, let's just look at this and understand this. This is the West Texas blend because the May contract, nobody wants it, and those who are producing for May are paying people to take it off their hands, correct?
Yeah, the price, you got to remember the price you're seeing for WTI, there's producers out there that get $3, $5, $7 less than that, and you're looking at transmission costs in the $2 to $10 a barrel mark, depending on where it is. Maybe 10's a bit extreme. So people are really negative, probably somewhere in the $5 to $8 a barrel mark for WTI. But the May contract is expiring, and the country is just worried that in Cushing we're going to be at tank tops in about 2 weeks, and there's just physically nowhere to store the oil. So this isn't really a market problem. This is an actual physical storage problem, and we've hit that before the rest of the world here in the U.S., particularly in the Permian Basin.
And this is interesting because often when we see market dislocation like this on technicalities, it is market related. It's an arbitrage between two futures contracts. You're telling me this is not technical, this is fundamental. The tanks are full. A simple question, which I know is going to have a complex answer. Right. So why don't they just switch the pumps off? What, Dan? Why don't they just switch the pumps off?
It's not quite that simple. I'll tell you that a lot of what's going on right now is they are trying to kill wells. They are trying to shut in wells. But normally when there's an oil bust, people stop drilling and they wait for the well decline curves to kick in. It's really destructive to shut in a well. So this is akin to saying, hey, look, I'm in the rental business. I don't have any tenants for my commercial space right now. Well, normally you would wait and you would try to fill that space. But we're in a situation right now where we've got to say, hey, look, there is no, we have no customers right now. We have this commercial space, so we need to tear the building down. That's what's going on right now, and oil companies are scrambling to try to figure out how to shut in production. The industry is not built to work backwards to shut in production it doesn't need. And so the industry is having to work in reverse right now, and is just not set up for it. And we aren't a coordinated producer like these petrostates, Saudi Arabia, Russia, et cetera. We have many companies in the U.S., many medium-sized independents, and they're having to act in concert, but not under directive from the government. So it's really kind of a crapshoot right now, and everyone's scrambling.
Now, explain briefly, if you can, you have each oil well and each head that's pumping out the stuff. What happens if you just turn the tap off for 3 months until the market gets better?
Well, it's not so simple as that. You have to use chemicals. You have to understand the pressures that are involved. And you can be, you're in a lot of situations, you're not just shutting the tap off, you're killing the well. So an oil company has paid $5 million, $10 million for this hole in the ground. And they think it's, in January, this asset was worth $50 million or $80 million or $20 million. Now it's worth negative, and you're going to have to pay to shut it off completely. So you're likely shutting it off for its economic life, not just turning the tap off. And so that's why companies were reluctant to do this earlier in the cycle, which at this kind of warp speed, maybe 3 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago. But now in the day, they're scrambling to figure out how to do it. We're in a situation right now where we've got a river of oil flowing towards an ocean, and the ocean is about to close, the ocean being the storage in the metaphor. And the industry is scrambling to figure out how to solve that problem at warp speed.
Dan, thank you. I appreciate you putting it into terms that we can understand now. Thank you very much indeed.